Now the latest at 5:30 from Eden, where a former coach has admitted to raping teenage girls. Justin Ferreira chatted with the victims on social media, and prosecutors say that's how they figured out what was happening. But what are the rules when it comes to teachers, staff, and students interacting on social media? News 4's Joe Melillo went to find out. Joe?
Yeah, Don, there's no policies for social media at the state level. The New York State Department of Education says it's up to districts to make the rules. This tweet led to the investigation and ultimately the arrest of former Eden wrestling coach Justin Ferreira. Using social media to track students is new for school districts, and some parents are okay with that.
I think sometimes you need to do what you have to do to find out the truth in a case.
There's a fine line between protecting versus policing students.
And we don't police students, that's not what we do. But most times what they do outside of school does come back into school.
Eden school policy says, quote, employees are encouraged to maintain the highest levels of professionalism. They have a responsibility for addressing inappropriate behavior or activity on these networks. There's also a fraternization policy in place, and all district personnel will have to sign it. It prohibits teachers from talking to any students through social media about anything other than coursework.
Making sure this year that the teachers and all of our coaches and all of our substitute teachers sign off on that as well, along with all of our other mandatory policies.
Well, it's a new era, that's for sure. It's a technology era where information is instantaneous. And so that's a new phenomenon for districts.
Western New York Region Bob Bennett says it's not only the school districts, but parents that need to be monitoring social media for clues.
The technology available to report information to authorities is grown in a very, very significant, major way. Most of it pretty good. Some of it, however, needs to be watched very carefully by parents.
I'm very concerned. I don't know. All we can do is watch, I guess, the best we can and keep an eye on it.
Now, Ferreira could face up to 8 years in prison. He'll be sentenced in October. Joe Melillo, News 4 at 5:30.